feel like a little bit of a disadvantage because I was in a club a few months ago when I met Michael and heard a butterfly. And now I'm kind of putting all the pieces together, the puzzle, and I'm kind of feeling duped a little bit. No, I actually, in January of this year, I have a friend who, I don't know if any of you know about new moon and full moon manifestation parties. Don't worry, I didn't know about those parties either until January of this year. But she was teaching me about manifestation, and my right brain, left brain argument was not allowing me to believe in this whole manifestation and power of it that she was talking about. And so she said, well, just do me a favor. We're at this party. She said, just write down 5 qualities of a person that you want to meet. And over a few months, in 3 to 6 months, I bet you will meet this person. And I said, all right. Started on number 1. Then I came, want to meet a rock star. That's one of my favorite words. Okay. 1, I want to meet a rock star. 2, I want to meet a rock star that has 2 names for his first name. Michael, Angelo. Okay. So then I said, I want to meet someone who, I'm thinking of all these wild and crazy things that just are not going to come true because I wanted to prove to her that this manifestation, this new moon manifestation was not going to work. 3rd one, I said, I want to meet someone who puts his phone number in the headline of his LinkedIn profile. Okay, the 3rd check there. And then I want to meet someone who's witty, smart, funny, and just off the cuff, always making you laugh. You never know what he was going to say. And then number 5, I wanted to meet someone that was a lifetime member of a prestigious Rotary Club. I just added that. So. And that is Michael Caruso. And I met him in February, and my life has changed, and not in the same sense. Definitely full of laughter, full of information, and full of fun. I didn't tell him prior, though, to inviting me up here that I have a true fear of public speaking, but I thought I would save that till after. I'll teach him something about me, not to invite me next time.
And now I'd like to introduce the person in the room who has known Michael the longest, 51 years, to be exact. Ladies and gentlemen, talented musician, singer, songwriter, and someone who knows where all the skeletons are buried. Michael's own brother, Dave Caruso.
All right, I'll warn you right now 2 things. One is Mike's the speaker of the family, so set the bar low. 2, I'm not going to roast him, sorry. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is my brother Rob, who lives in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, asked me to read some comments. So, Rob. Going first. It's not difficult to follow in somebody's footsteps. However, it takes an extraordinary person to lead. My brother Mike is a leader and the oldest of 4 Caruso brothers. You've all heard trite sayings like, those are big shoes to fill, and this is a tough act to follow. Being Mike's youngest brother, I never understood those sayings. It's much easier to walk along hard trail once someone has cleared the path for you. Someone who's bold enough to always go first. Mike is never afraid to take a risk. He knows that life's richest rewards can never be realized alone. All natural-born leaders know that inner strength comes from helping others get stronger, not just by giving, but also by empowering others through instilling the self-confidence and the motivation to accomplish great things themselves. This is what makes guys like Mike special. On this day, I congratulate my brother Mike for his latest accomplishment, becoming a senior citizen. Oh. That and the whole Rotary Club thing. I respect my oldest brother, but I'm never jealous. Although he should be proud of his latest accomplishment, he should also remember that I will always be much, much younger than him. Much, much younger. Congratulations, Mike. And here's mine. As president of Troy Rotary Club, my brother Mike will bring a ton of great qualities to the club. Some of you know that already. As many of you know, Mike has been self-employed for most of his career. Self-employment and leadership share a lot of common foundations, and I'd like to share a few stories about the qualities of leadership that Mike demonstrates on a daily basis. Every day, Mike wakes up in a good mood, a really good mood. He utilizes that positive energy in a power hour during the first hours of the morning to work out, generate new ideas, organize his thoughts, and prioritize his tasks and prepare for the day's schedule. Mike loves a good challenge. Mike takes new experiences in stride. I could give you many examples of this, but I'll just pick two. When we were in our teens, as you've heard many times tonight, my youngest brother Rob and I started a band with two neighbor kids. Pretty soon though, Mike and Joe both decided they wanted in. In fact, they wanted us to quit our band and start a new one with them. Now I should tell you that Mike's instrument was the trumpet and Joe's was the clarinet. At that tender age, I won't say that Rob and I had the slightest idea what cool was, but we did know that we didn't want to be in a band of four guys where two of the four instruments were trumpet and clarinet. So Mike learned how to play the bass guitar. He learned a new instrument from scratch. And he played it for 15 years. And he played a trombone, which is more similar to the trumpet. But the trumpet is 3 valves, right? And the bass guitar has 4 strings and frets and 2 hands. It's a different thing, completely. So we were already playing weddings professionally while we were still teenagers. For one of our first songs every night, we play a hit song by Chicago called Just You and Me. Are you familiar with it? Just you and me. And Rob sang like Peter Cetera because his voice hadn't changed yet. I played the keyboards, Mike played bass, and Joe played guitar. But every night when the bridge came along to that song, my 2 oldest brothers who stood in front swung their guitars back and lifted up their horns and blew. I knew then, as I know now, that that was both resourceful and cool. Well, that's an example of Mike's resourcefulness. And here's another story about Mike loving a good challenge. These go on and on and on, so I could keep going. But I used to build and repair computers for one of my side jobs. And most of my clients who are my age or older never wanted to understand technology. In other words, they don't want to know anything about computers, they just want to use them. You know anybody like that? I used to help Mike with his computer from time to time, and Mike always recognized the value of what I like to call the minimum requirement of ownership, MRO. If you don't know at least a little bit about how something works, you become at the mercy of other people. Mike is great at recognizing when to ask for help, and one of his favorite expressions is, people are your greatest resource. But he also knows the value of understanding technology personally, not because it's always enjoyable, but because it's always rewarding. He embraced technology early on, and he leverages it for his success every day, from search engine marketing, to social networking, to creating and selling products and services online, to managing his day-to-day business. Now, I could go on and on. After all, I'm a Caruso. But with Mike poised to take the reins of president, I just want to say to the members of the Detroit Rotary Club, you're in good hands.
Yeah.
Our next speaker has known Michael for a long time. You may know that Mr. Caruso is the perennial bachelor. Some say the most eligible